What up, this is Josio. We're back with another video. This time I did something for my niece. I'm gonna do a design of her as a Steven Universe character, and I'm going to print it out as a framed image and give it to her. I actually accomplished this goal. Very excited. So the story goes, I was told about baby shoes, and I was told that maybe I should try painting on baby shoes, because I used to paint custom shoes, custom sneakers. I did some Dunks, Sperry's, random Adidas's. I've done a couple of different shoes, and I have some good experience with it. I've practiced, got it right, did it good. You know what I'm saying? I should continue maybe. So it just, my brain, my creative mind just wandered on to like, what else could I do? And I thought about my niece, and then I thought about my niece's birthday coming up, and then I asked her mother what is her favorite cartoon. She was like, her favorite show is Steven Universe, and I was like, I'm gonna do something for her. I'm gonna do a design of her as a Steven Universe character. If any of you know me, some of you do, in school I studied illustration, animation. Even though nowadays I do a lot of abstract stuff, I'm coming back to more concrete and or character-based work. Pixelmator is my go-to program right now. I know there's Photoshop, I know there's Procreate, there's tons of programs. It does not matter that much, people. It's all about the doing, not about the tools. It's about you, the artist, communicating your vision. If you have an understanding of pixel density, and of course like the size of the export of your images, you can work with, make sure things are going to be sharp, so that if they're blown up, it's not gonna look crazy. So I made sure and had my settings done right. I'm gonna just tell you what the settings are in text form because I don't remember what I put. So, I also have a course on digital painting for beginners on my Skillshare account. The link is gonna be in the description if you wanna learn how to use Pixelmator and or the majority of digital painting apps. Anyways, moving along. I did a rough sketch to place the characters and understand where they will be positioned, balancing things, and get a rough idea. You know, if you've taken life drawing class, you understand the importance of gesture. And when it comes to illustration and design and all these things, gesture becomes very important. It's all about getting the idea down roughly and not worrying about details. This comes with practice if you're not used to gesturing, so I would look up some life drawing videos or go to life drawing classes. You will be looking at naked people, so get used to it. Take an actual class, I would say, more so than anything, because gesturing is something to kind of get in your brain. The hardest part for me after the gesture was getting to the likeness of the character, because when it comes to proportions with these characters, like the placement of the eyes, the placement of the smile, understanding where everything else is, you know, you gotta make sure things work. The thing is, it's difficult if you're not used to drawing in that style, if it's not your style. So essentially I had pictures of the characters next to my window, and I had to look back and forth and make sure I get it right. Sometimes you can just take the actual image and like put it on another layer and change the opacity, and you can pretty much trace and do it that way. So that's my opinion. There are many ways to skin a cat. This is just one of the many ways. The part that I was the most worried about was the likeness of my niece, because she's not in the cartoon, right? So I had to base it off of somebody that exists. I use Connie as reference. Then again, it's also about the person's individual style. Another thing about drawing a character of somebody is that you kind of got to embody, you know, their energy in one moment. So essentially, I looked at a bunch of the clothes that she wears. I remember what I typically would see her wearing, and I looked at Connie's clothes and I based it off of all of those things. And I came up with this idea. I also had to redo her hairstyle a bunch of times. Hair is diverse, you can have different hairstyles, but what do you usually do? Or what's the latest style? What's the current trend of your life? These are all things you take into consideration. So it took a while, but I got it done. I had to go back and redo her eyes, redo her hair. The hair was too thin, then I had to make the hair thicker, the hair strands thicker because they're plaits, individual plaits. I couldn't do detail because then it doesn't fit into Steven Universe's style. And the eyes didn't fit the style, but then like where the way the hair fell, then it would block the eye, so I had to move and reshape that. Man, so many things. So some of my favorite tools I recommend getting really good at using these tools, or getting a great understanding of using them, or use them really often. Eyedropper tool, lasso tool, fill tool. Also some of the commands, inverse selections, adding to your selections. These are all really important things that I cover in my Digital Painting for Beginners course on Skillshare that you can click the link in the bio for. And it'll give you an understanding of how to use these tools. But these tools I use so often because, for instance, if I drew something wrong, like a limb was positioned wrong, instead of having to erase that and redraw it like the traditional way, hey, I'm using a digital tool. I'll lasso tool that area, grab it, and move it. I had to go back a bunch of times and clean up my lines over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Hey, pick your poison, kids. I found a font on dafont.com called Crew Universe, and that worked out really nicely because it was just like Steven Universe title. Even though the font was great, I did have to modify it. I had to rasterize it, which means turn it into pixels, and I had to duplicate it. I tried a couple of things. I tried all the cheat codes. I duplicated it, put it on another layer, just created a stroke around the text, and then I rasterized it, and I went further from there. I had to redo Amethyst's face a bunch of times. I had to redo Pearl's legs. I did not want to be so thorough. If you're gonna do something like Steven Universe, I do recommend using more of a vector-based program. But if you're gonna use Pixelmator and things like that, just understand that you're gonna have to clean up your lines or just be really good, man, with using your stylus or whatever. All in all, she enjoyed it. There's I'm not gonna put a bunch of the clips up, but she liked it. Here's a clip. What I choose to say now is that I know a lot of you guys and gals do this, but I'm going to reiterate it for you and for those that haven't. Sometimes it's good to do those passion projects for the free. I recommend every artist really invest in their family and or friends, because remember, King Louis the IV or whatever the crap his name is, commissioned paintings, kings and queens, commissioned paintings, right? This is you reinvesting in your family. And you become a famous artist, bro, or not, whatever, or you die and you become famous later, however it happens, your work is still alive. And if you've invested in your own lineage, that can only help. That's what I'm saying. Our work lives in the minds and the stories of the people that we're involved in, unless there's a market that just wants to eat us alive. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and comment below, letting me know what you enjoyed the most about this video and what you'd like to see me try or do. Also, share this video. You know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that likes watching this kind of content. Please share it with those people. And don't forget my Skillshare course relating to digital painting, link below, Skillshare.com. Check out my course, get an account. It's not very expensive. Plus, it's not just my course, it's a bunch of other people's courses. You get to learn a bunch of stuff related to digital painting or drawing. So thank you for watching. Josio out.